Good afternoon. I'll be going over how to identify the proper cables. If you open up the Parker System Solution Finder software, it'll give you different options if you want to use a multi-axis controller, drive, or motor, or a standalone programmable single-axis drive controller and the motor, or just a base servo amplifier drive and motor setup. The cables won't change between the different motors and the drives, so you can select any one here. We'll go ahead and use a single axis drive controller as an example. So go ahead and click start, and then under the motor technology we'll take a look at the servos. So under servos we have different series amplifiers and drives controllers. We have the Aries controller and the Compax 3. Let's just take a look at the Aries controller as an example. Under the motor you can see the BE, the J series, the MPP, and the SM series motors. We also have the older Neometric and the J series and the NPM motors and the SMNs. These will then step you through the configuration. So go ahead and BE23, that's a 23 frame servo motor 2. It'll give you your different winding options, and it'll help you build the part number, and you can see the different options that we have for the feedback for the encoder. The Aries controller only supports encoder, so you'll only see the encoders when you select the motors based on the controller, the drive controller that you select. So you can complete the rest of the part number, the LC or the PS style connectors, and if there's any options like shaft seals or a brake on the motor. And then you can see 120 or 230 volts AC into the drive. If you want to take a look at the speed torque curve that's displayed here, you can change it to Newton meters or whatever your units that you desire here. You can also export that into Excel. You can configure the drive controller. This is more for the accessories for the drive. In terms of your cable part numbers, here they are. Here's your motor power cable. This motor is 6 amps or less, so it can use the P-1A1 cable, and then the feedback cable is an F-1A1. You'll notice the XX on the end, and that corresponds to the length of the motor cable. Our standard lengths that we stock at the factory are 10 foot, 25 foot, and 50 foot. We will do 5 foot increments, so you can order a -05. It might just add a couple weeks to the delivery on there. So that helps you identify the cable part numbers. As another example, let's go into the drive and motor setup. Let's look at another servo. Let's take a look at the Compax 3. Let's look at the MPP series servo motors. 92 millimeter frame size. We can just build a part number here. Let's take a look at the resolver. On the MPP option, it's a 41 in the part number, and you can see at 120 volts AC, the recommended drive to get the full speed torque curve out of this motor is the SO63. And then the part numbers for the motor power in this situation is the same P-1A1 cable, but the feedback cable for the resolver for the Compax 3, which is a slightly different pinout, is a F-2B1, and then the length in feet after there. So if you change the voltage, sometimes you'll notice that the drive part number will change based on the power and the voltage requirements on there. If you select a higher voltage winding such as the R winding, or there's also the P windings, let's keep everything else the same, then you can see that the drive input voltage gives you the option of 400 or 460 volts AC. And when you select 460, obviously the V2s are 120, 230. The V4s are actually the higher voltage, so that tells you what drive it is. And then the motor power cable is going to bump up to the higher voltage rated P-3B1 cable, and then the feedback cable does not change. That's still the F-2B1. Now, to download the System Solution Finder software, you can go to our website, www.parkermotion.com, click on Supports and Downloads, Download Product Software, and then on the right-hand side, you'll see Product Selection. You'll see the System Solution Finder software. If you click on there, just click on the little checkbox and then Submit. That'll take you to the download page once you've registered, and you can download the Parker System Solution Finder software. Now, Parker System Solution Finder is a sales tool for new applications. Now, there are existing motors out there in the field that have the older military style connectors. Where do you find cable drawings on that? If you go to parkermotion.com, go to the rotary servo motors on the left hand side, you can navigate to any of the rotary servo motor pages. Let's go ahead and click on the BE, and then on the right hand side you'll notice under user guides, servo motor pinouts and cable drawings. All the rotary servo motor pages have the same link to the same FAQ. So if you go ahead and click on that, it'll open up a new internet browser. It'll take a few seconds to load the FAQ. And what this has is the pinouts of the motor, the flying leads options for the BE and the SM series, the 10-foot and the 25-foot cable option on the BE and the SM, the neometrics, the PS connectors, which are our newer connector that we offer. On the NPM motors, it's option number 5 in the part numbering on there. And so these are the cables that will plug into the Aries and the VIX and the Compax 3. So a lot of this information right here is also in the Parker System Solution Finder. The other information in regards to you have high flex cables here. You have the MS connectors for the BE and the SM series motors to connect to the Aries or the VIX. This information isn't in the System Solution Finder as these are older motors, but if you want to upgrade in the field and just keep using that same connector, if you just click on here, this will just jump you further down the page, and this will give you the part numbering for the motors and the feedback cables. Then if you click on the blue text, it will actually open up a PDF drawing of the cable. And these are our manufacturing drawings, so if you want to go ahead and source your own cable, or if you want to see what the pinouts are, this information is in the drawing in PDF format. So let me click back. We have the low cost cables on here as well too. Obviously the System Solution Finder software has the part numbers, but it doesn't have the drawings. So if you're wanting drawings even on the, say, the F1A1 cable, you can just do a Control F and find F-1A1. And this will jump you further down the page, and you can open that up. And there you go. Hope this helps. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at emn_support@parker.com. Thanks, and have a great day.